MK mystery, specifically the Kenny Veach missing person case. Today we're reflecting back on, and for many people out there who have never seen it before, CCTV footage, 2018 Reiki healing store in Las Vegas, spiritual store run by Kenny Veach's sister Debbie Veach and Raymond Veach's brother, attending classes there, doing classes. Just so happened back in 2018 there was a break-in, and CCTV footage did show the person breaking in regard to who they were and what they look like. You could interpret it as Kenny Veach. Whilst not everybody agrees, it's one of those things where we can go back and forth with it. And I want to try and use a secondary device as best as I can to present it on screen so you can kind of see it yourself. It's already on my channel anyway, documented several times, but just to try and play it back in the moment live, and then we can analyze it, break it down bit by bit, and maybe we can get some other bits up. And as well, look at the strange comments or comment by Kenny's supposed girlfriend, Sharon Pilgrim. Read it out to you, break that down bit by bit, just to see if anything has been missed out, because you never know. So for those that have joined early, big shout out to Strawberry, my special strawberry, first present. We've got Moto, welcome to the channel, Moto. Glenn, Mr. Consistent, yes, you did make it, and that's a big positive. We got Vesna, welcome, and anybody else watching in the background. In terms of where we can start from, if anyone has any questions or any little points to point out whatnot, you can do so in regard to the case. In the meantime, I'm just going to get a little clip up so then I can play it to you in regard to the CCTV footage, because I'll play it on a different device. We got Susan Lang. Hey, how is everyone? I'm okay, and you? Welcome, Susan, to the channel. See if I can find it first of all. Full CC, because I'm not signed in on other device. I'm not sure if it will pick up immediately. We'll see. The discoverability on YouTube isn't always great. Oh, well, there we go. Managed to find it. That's a positive. Won't have to worry about any copyright because my video, replay it back. Just know that when I'm playing it to you, the screen will be reversed because of mirroring or something. Not much I can do about that. Some noisy person next door, banging already. That's a great start. So what I'm going to do, because there's not too much to it after it, but it's about 10 minutes long, probably, yeah, about 10 minutes long of the CCTV footage of the break-in. First 2 minutes or so are critical, important, and then after that point, not much happens. Did I add any audio? No audio, just so you know. You're not missing out there. I'm going to flip the image round. Let's get on screen. This is an older video that I did, I think maybe 2 years ago, Strawberry. I don't know, Strawberry, if you've looked back at my older videos in regard to how I looked back then, but I don't think the hair's got any better. Well, I don't know about that. I think I was sat on the bed when I was doing it in the past. So hopefully reflection's not too bad. I can replay it back here and there because I know not everybody has joined, but that's what it looks like there. What I am going to do just for a second is pull the curtain back so then there's less reflection, less glare, and hopefully that should help. Did you hear the sound, Strawberry, as the curtain was pulled over? Lots of love to you, my Strawberry. Do I need to pull the other one? Don't want to pull the other curtain over because I need some air to breathe. I don't know if it is for you, Strawberry, but it's actually raining here. Let's put the tripod's legs. So maybe if we can get maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 people. It's so weird how quiet the Kenny Veach live streams are. You know, considering what it's all about, you would have thought more people would be pouncing, but it is here heavy. Ooh. Now, it has eased off now. Maybe the heavy rain's moved on to you. We've got Casey. Welcome there, Casey. Okay. So I'll probably just show you the main part where Kenny, well, not Kenny, but supposedly Kenny breaks on in. walks about, and then leaves. I was hoping more people would show up. I'll just give it a little bit more time. And then play the clip, break it down a little bit, and then probably look at the comments. Ben, welcome Ben, quite sunny here. Oh, what does that sound? Strawberry, you looked great in all your videos. Appreciate that. Kind of you to say. Okay. Well, I'm going to play it to you now. I can always replay it afterwards, Carter, if people join along. Hopefully the screen's not too bad. No sound, taking mine. Get off. Remember, the screen is reversed. On the left-hand side, which would be the right-hand side of me. Person breaks on in. Walks in. Instantly round the back. Stumbles, drops something on the floor, black item. Picks it up. Fumbles. Comes back round. About to leave. Climbs onto the table. Grabs the iPad, if he's already done that. And yeah, there we go. Then after that, you get the dust particles. People said it was orbs. The store owner, Debbie Veach, had said it was like energy being cleansed, because it's a spiritual shop. So the gems, the crystals, the cards, and all that type of stuff was cleaning all the bad negative energy. Honestly, you break into a store, you've broken through a window, the glass or whatever, well, the dust from outside, the dust particles going to disturb it when it's dark and everything is so still. A breeze blowing is going to disturb the dust particles, basically, when there's an opening. But you could argue and say the store owner, Debbie Veach, the sister to Kenny, did it as a possible tactic to drum up business, turn a negative event into a positive, but not in a natural way, but in such a way to maybe gain and benefit, to make more money. Suggestion, theory only. Welcome, Jam Sandwich, and Larry as well. So it continues on. You can see all the dust particles. Not much else happens after that point, right? It's like 10 minutes long, and then I guess it cuts out or it stops. There's no audios, no voices or anything like that. Welcome, Jam. Hi there. I don't think you could see any movement from outside, as in reflections. But we can break it down bit by bit. In terms of pausing it at the right moment, I tend to do it in my own like video clips. Welcome, Linda. I'm just rewinding it back now, the CCTV, just to pause it for a second or so. God, I'm slow. Now, where's he on screen? Yeah, I can't see because it's the chair. Right. I think it's clear enough. Some people say it's Kenny Veach, and other people say it looks nothing like Kenny Veach. People say it looks much younger because of the hair colour, the face, and all that. But what you got to understand is it is black and white. And when CCTV footage is black and white, it's hard to tell what age a person can be, in a way. Kenny Veach didn't really have grey hair from what I can remember in his height video. I think he was about 46, 47 years of age at the time. This being 2018, about, what, 4 years passing by. In that space of 4 years, would Kenny have developed really dark hair or really grey hair? Or would it have remained the same? What's most interesting is that when he breaks in, and I'll just get a still shot just for that body language, his eyesight. And you can see the way he storms in, he's marching around to the behind of the desk area. It's like he knew where to look, where to go. And if it's so dark, how dark is it really? Is it pitch black? I know these are cameras like night vision or something. In the dark, it can see all the light, or most of it. But for a person who doesn't have night vision and it's just a dark room, they're going to be walking about. Are they able to see clearly? Didn't appear to have a torch or a flashlight. I don't know how dark it would have been in that room, but he came through the window and he marched right around to the desk behind. The desk where transactions would be made through the day of the shop. Paying card, the till, the cash register, if it was still there. But I think normally when shops shut up, they'd probably take those cash registers out, move them elsewhere, move them about. But take in mind, an iPad was stolen, an iPad was left out and plugged in. Who the hell leaves an iPad in the store, left unattended overnight, turned on and plugged in? That's a possible fire hazard, because what happens if the battery explodes, it overheats, could burn down the whole shop. Seems a bit reckless. Or as if, was there a small chance that that iPad left as it was in hopes that if someone was to break in, if it was anticipated, Kenny would know where to look or to find it. But if it was Kenny, pause it again in just a second. He does look, there we go. He looks away, as in further down the store area where the rest of the items are. Whether that be because he's checking for valuables. Could he be checking for valuables? I'm sorry about the glare. There's not much I can do about it. I'm trying. Right. But he's got his eyes on behind the table, at least. I don't know if you can see it, but he is holding a black object in his hand. Just above my finger. Black object. That's the same object that he drops on the ground. Now, could that be a crowbar? Could it be what was used to break entry into the side of the store, the window? Maybe, maybe not. Quite long in length. Yeah, and the other thing is, he doesn't spend that long. Just wait for it to play back again. The playback's awkward on YouTube, to be honest. If it was in the gallery section on mobile, I might have had a better chance. A second. Just put on pause. Just there, behind that desk. I think that's where the drawer is. I don't know if it's a cash register or just a drawer. If it's just a drawer, it's interesting how the guy prioritized that one drawer. Maybe because nothing else was about, but that one drawer, he put his hands on. Pause. Look, you can see him bending down, grabbing at it, giving it a tug, and it just wouldn't open. You can see it in just a second. He literally just bends down, touches it, and then instantly walks away. He doesn't... You know what's really weird? A thief, a burglar, breaks entry into a store which is locked up. It doesn't stop the person from getting in. They break in with force, break entry. And once they got through the window, which is an obstacle, and glass as well, which is a bit of a major obstacle, walks around behind the table, knowing where to go and where to look, gently touches the drawer, finds out it's locked, gives up immediately, what's the point? It's as if the person knew where to look or where they were supposed to go, but then as soon as they realised it was locked, then it must mean it's not meant to be. What they were looking for is elsewhere, and that's why they take the iPad. It's really weird if you're going to go to that much effort to break in through the window, which means causing damage to the property, then as soon as you get in and you go around behind the desk to open that drawer, if it is locked, whatever you used to break entry through the window, why not use it on the drawer? You've already caused damage to the property. Why not continue on? You know what I'm saying? You've already gone to such great lengths in getting into the store to then what? Give up because of a locked drawer. Funny part is they didn't have an alarm system and the cops didn't show up, or they'd cut the clip off. Had they gained fingerprints, there would be no doubt. You know what the excuse was, Glenn Webster, for no fingerprints or for not following up on it? The excuse was, oh, because throughout the daytime, there was many people in the store, customers touching the table and coming and going, so it would have complicated things. One way or another, that's how it was worded at the time. Weird, very. Welcome to anyone else that has joined the live stream. Hopefully we get some more people. I think YouTube is silencing me, especially with, well, really anything that I do on YouTube at this point. You can see statistically YouTube are silencing me. And then the next part where the person fumbles it about, clumsy. Okay. You can be clumsy at times, of course, it happens. Giving up on the thing, and where does he drop it? So he does stumble about. He does clutch his leg. Whether he injured it in the moment, banged his leg on something, or maybe more so in the past. It does just so happen that Kenny Veach in the past did have an injury on a hike. Did his leg in or his knee blew it out or so. When he went on a 20-mile hike up a mountain, got injured, needed to be airlifted. Long-term lasting effects of the injury, who knows? In Kenny's hike video, he's wearing those like knee straps, knee pads, I guess, to support the legs, the knees. Any link to past injuries? 2018, any wear and tear on the legs? And that's why why the person who appears to look like Kenny was limping about in the clip. The way the person hobbles about. At what point does the item drop on the floor? I think he kicks it about first. Probably can't see. It's very, very, very hard to see. That's his hand, that little black dot. A little black dot just above my finger is what the guy's picking up. But take in mind, it was quite extended in length at first, and then it went small. But it's important. He picks the item up. Why? I guess because you don't want to leave it behind because of what? Fingerprints? But does it really matter? The person's already maybe left some footprints, some touch-based DNA on the windowsill, specifically touch-based DNA on the drawer itself by touching it slightly. So if you used to leave an item behind, it might be his tampon. Bloody okay, see how big is it? We've got Angela Marpole, welcome to the channel. Looks as if he knew where to go to get what he wanted. And when it turned out it wasn't accessible, he just left. He bailed. And then on the way out, it's like he realized, oh, iPad just there. I'll go and pick it up. Is that what the person was specifically looking for an iPad in the drawer. Turned out it wasn't in the drawer, it was near the table just as you enter through that window. And if you breaching through the window, you've already got it in your mind where to go behind desk. You're probably gonna do tunnel vision and completely forget what's beside you. You realize, oh, it's locked off, can't get to it, so I'll leave. And as I'm coming back round, iPad just there. Don't know if you saw that way he snatched it. I believe the iPad is like really bottom right corner screen. Can you see that? Do you know where the number is? Just above, that's that black tablet, the iPad. That's the iPad there. You could say, well, how do we know if it's an iPad or not? Well, because in the news reports and articles, the official ones, it was stated that only an iPad was stolen. An iPad, of course, is valuable and it'll be worth something, but is it worth breaking and entering just for that? Maybe not. But some people value objects, items, and anything else in between more than maybe pure physical cold money and beyond. It depends what was on that iPad. Any documents, any files, any bits of evidence, any photos, videos, anything whatsoever. Would any of it, though, benefit Kenny Veach? Money-wise, maybe not. Contact-wise, material, information-wise, was there anything left on that iPad that shouldn't have been there? That was added on, meant for Kenny? What else do we have? Like, in my opinion, Kenny did all this to make himself noticed. Biggie, I think he's hiding somewhere probably at all of us looking for him. It's unfortunate that, because I'm sure if it turned out to be one big lie, made up thing, I bet all the hikers are going to feel a bit used. They probably would have enjoyed the hiking, of course, going out in nature, but, you know, putting that effort, putting the lives on the line for it to be for nothing. But you still got the mystery of the caves, the mysteries just of the desert area, that does count. Travis says, welcome. Weird. He'd wait for 4 years to enter the store, though. Why not do it a few days after you've gone missing in action? Rounding up gear and money and such. It's also the attitude and response by the store owner. They just didn't follow it up with police. They didn't seem it was important enough. Yeah, it's caught on CCTV, and yeah, it's been posted about. Was the person named or truly identified? No, so it's still a mystery, open-ended for interpretation. But in terms of publicly identifying or saying, oh, maybe it's that person, maybe it's that person, who knows what goes on in the mind subconsciously? Certain family members, whatever, see it and think, oh, that's Kenny. Well, we're not going to say anything. I'm not going to follow up on it because we don't want our Kenny to be taking him. Oh, we got Son. Welcome, Son. I remember you. Good individual. Raf, do you think Kenny Veach is dead? I mean, there's no evidence to say he is dead. No strong evidence at all to say he's dead. No bones, no bone fragments, no firearm, no blood, no backpack. Nothing. And, you know, even in the desert area. If an item of clothing of Kenny's was to be found, then you could say, oh, maybe this does imply death in some way or another. It's just not been found. But, you know, as the viewer, your thoughts. Kenny willing to put his phone by the side of the mine shaft and loose coins, but he prioritizes keeping his backpack on him. Why? You're welcome, Son. Travis, percent chance he's still alive. What's the percentage chance? Okay. So, providing Kenny Veach didn't have any health issues or anything like that, in terms of him being alive, if he never really set out into the desert in that sense, and it was more to stage a disappearance and then he went on living life elsewhere, you could say the chances of him being alive in that regard is fairly high. always got to acknowledge that just because you've made it seem like you're in the desert and you've disappeared, but you're actually in normal civilization, living somewhat comfortably. Who knows? Who really knows that? The comfortability factor. You're in a desert area, dangerous, possible death. But still, you could be living in a nice area, in a house, a building, things about, things to see. You could still die. Something could go wrong. You could get shot, you could get stabbed. So it's never guaranteed. And as for health-related stuff, I only know so much. With Kenny, don't really know of any major health issues, physically speaking. So you could argue, if you used to acknowledge 2022, that call made by Kenny on Facebook around his birthday time to his sister-in-law, Susan Veach, you could say from 2018 to 2022, or no, from 2014 to 2022, Kenny Veach was alive from the evidence that suggests it. Beyond that point, it's a mystery because we've not seen really anything since. Mia says, hi Raf and Strawberry and everyone. Welcome Mia, welcome back. Focused on Kenny Veach today. I don't know, Mia, if you have seen the full CCTV footage, but I will replay it back because as we go through this live stream, as more people join on in, we'll replay back the CCTV footage, which depicts supposedly Kenny Veach caught on camera in 2018. Now, one individual in the chat did mention, why wait 4 years to do it? Who's to say it was in the making for 4 years? Maybe 4 years on, an idea came about or a pickup was needed, but family members weren't present or could not be seen meeting with Kenny because then it would put doubt within the family. If anyone caught Kenny daytime or evening time, talking and hanging out, meeting up, collecting drop-off point with a family-related member or so, or a friend, what good would that do to the family member, friend of Kenny? If caught by anyone about who knows of Kenny, to be thinking, wait, you know about Kenny being alive, you've hung out with him, you've given him something, you're not telling us, you're not telling the general public, you're not informing the police. It would make them look bad as well. Maybe they couldn't afford being seen with Kenny because it might harm their reputation in some way. Catching up with the comments. Son, it's very odd that one video where he returns to his vehicle exhausted, he is so far away from civilization, I think he fell in the mineshaft. Just as a heads up, son, that one video where Kenny returns to his vehicle, that's in October of 2014. Kenny Veach's hike video on his channel, October 2014. Both those videos are from the same exact hike. Kenny Veach, from what the girlfriend said, Kenny chose not to include that extra bit of footage once he made it back to the vehicle because he didn't see the point in it. Okay? We've got Ivan. Welcome, Ivan. Hi, how do you know he is alive? Well, I've got a question mark in the title for good reason because there is still discussions to come about. But Ivan, in just a second, with the people joining along, I'll play back to you some CCTV footage as best as I can. I've done more deeper analysis, side-by-sides and all of that on my own channel, previous videos, but, you know. Strawberry, wonder, was there an insurance on him, life insurance policy? The sister-in-law, Susan Veach, does talk about that and goes on about it heavy, but Jeff Clark and others that have done research have noticed that the life insurance was not cashed in, paid in, or anything like that. It's not been touched whatsoever. So, Mia, yes, I've watched it. It does resemble him. One of his family members said, without a doubt, it was him, whilst others denied it. Yeah, it was, well, it was a couple of family members, actually. And even Vicky, Kenny Veach's daughter, as well. Is the video uploaded on YouTube? It is by me. I was the first person ever specifically on YouTube to upload it there. It actually stemmed from, amidst discussions at the time, from GLP Godlike Productions on a forum page. His ex-girlfriend is shady as hell. I don't know if you know Mia, but as for Kenny's girlfriend Sharon Pilgrim, she had businesses, maybe like a refuge, homeless shelter, some other practices, and they were all shut down or so. It was either DJ Reacts or DJ Moore that did some research about those businesses, and it was a bit dark in some ways. Right, so I'm going to play back to you the CCTV footage for those that have joined in late, just so you can see it yourself. About 10 minutes long, but most of it is just still footage, not much going on. Just rewind back just a little bit. Just wait for it to get onto the CCTV footage. There we go. Feel free to watch. Breaking in. You see the shadow movement. Lifting up the little curtain. Marching around. Straight to the cabinet drawer. Locked. Walks away. Drops an item. Clenching his leg. Fumbles about. So clumsy as well. And then collects the iPad. Pulls it away. There was a cable attached to it, I believe. And then he exits. Son, take care, Raf. Your bodybuilding is going well. Appreciate that, son. I'm going to try and do a bit more tomorrow when possible. Don't know where I'm at with it. What part to exercise next? I mean, does last night count as a workout during the live stream? Angela, did I see somewhere that his ex-girlfriend sold up her house and purchased a new one in a different state with no mortgage? I'm not too sure, Angela. I think at one point tried looking at Sharon Pilgrim's place of living, or once, to see if going back in time through the years on either Google Earth Pro or Google Maps, you go back in time and you check, was anyone parked up on the driveway? Was Kenny Veach's vehicle there? Did he ever visit? Unfortunately, the key dates and years were missing, which was very typical. However, well, the other thing to acknowledge, you couldn't even do Street View because it was a gated community. It was gated off with some kind of electric fence or something. So you can't just, Google didn't drive about to document it on Street View, so it's very limited. But it was interesting that as some years passed on, one of the years, Vicky Veach's place of living, or once place of living, Kenny Veach's vehicle, post assumed death or disappearance, was parked up on the driveway. But that was supposedly because family members got a hold of it, held on to it, and then I think eventually it was scrapped, went to a scrap yard or something, and then kind of faded away. Mia, yes, her business ventures on her profile page were bogus. Also, her narrative that he was severely depressed is questionable. Yeah, I mean, there is still that chance that he might have been depressed, but as for the suicidal aspect, maybe not, because from observations, what I've seen, people can be a certain way, but it doesn't always lead to the same outcome. Then you might get some people that aren't even depressed, but they might do a certain action which is irreversible. It's a bit dry, that apple drink. Welcome to anyone else that has joined along. Was there any comments on my video at the time? God, only 3 years ago and only 4,000 people have seen that video. Crazy. What's the latest comment? 6 days ago. This guy looks way younger than Kenny. I mean, it's black and white. The colouring's black and white, so it's limited, isn't it? The video that you showed of Kenny, is it uploaded on YouTube or Google? Right, so you're talking about that CCTV footage. It's uploaded on YouTube and it's on my channel. And to find the video, you just go on YouTube and you search complete CCTV footage, Kenny Veach, and then it should come up. You're welcome. So it is divided. Some say it's Kenny, others say it's not. Fair enough. What I find interesting is the messenger notification after he was missing. Messenger, what, on Facebook Messenger or something else? One of the first mysteries which came about, on Facebook. The only Facebook Messenger thing notification that I'm aware of is that missed call by Kenny, and that was to do with his upcoming birthday of November, I think, or something like that, 2022. Originally, I know it's back to front, but that's Kenny's channel. I know it's back to front, I can't do anything about it. Playlist, there was another one, but then it ended up disappearing. But there was an explanation for that. It was down to YouTube policy. YouTube policy updates auto privatized people's liked playlist. So if you like videos on YouTube, it gets added to your liked auto playlist, which is no longer publicly viewable. You could always opt out at the time to have it private. Kenny didn't. What did Kenny Veach have in his playlist which was liked? How to not go crazy during your awakening. You can see how Kenny Veach was a spiritual individual. Sometimes it can be a good thing, other times it can be a bad thing. Sometimes you get natural spirituality, and then other times you can get corrupt spirituality / fake spirituality. Some people out there may act or could be some kind of experts, but they may prey and take advantage of others who may be in a vulnerable place or may feel a bit lost. Some spiritual people may say all the right words and all the nice stuff to make the other person feel better and grow, but it's not done with complete absolute naturalness or, and it can be driven by monetary as well. I'll charge you for a book, I'll charge you for a session, I'll charge you for a crystal, I'll charge you for this or that. I think when it comes to my analysis, even though I might not do it much at all, I never regard it as spiritual. I don't know if anybody interprets it that way. It doesn't matter. Whatever I say, I only say when it's possible, and when it makes sense. I might say some of the most basic, small-scale things, but it's because it's meant, it's because it's true, it's natural, and I think something small-scale sometimes can be more meaningful and impactful. Does it link with Kenny Veach then? Well, you got a healing store. You got Debbie, sister, into healing and spirituality. Kenny's girlfriend into spirituality. Kenny's brother into spirituality. Many links all over the place, isn't there? A lot on the Kenny Veach case online. A good share of it is fake. Be careful. Badger, holding all that liquid in your mouth made your cheeks puffy today. Did it? Hold it like a fish. Ooh, yeah, maybe ayahuasca was affected due to its hallucination side effects and the potential to reach the spirit realm. It's a little bit off subject, but it's kind of to do with spirituality and that reference of ayahuasca. I don't know if you know about it, Mia, but there was once I'm not seeing comments. Okay, Strawberry, either change the chat to view all comments or click on view live chat only, or refresh your tab, refresh the app, or close it down and then load it back up and then see if that works. Hopefully you can hear that, Strawberry, and then let me know if it has worked, because I think we had this last time. Just let me know if it works. But I'll just continue on, Mia. There was a fitness content creator called, I think, Connor Murphy, I believe. They just do all fitness stuff online and in public, in real life stuff, and would flirt as well. But at one point, either they supposedly had an awakening or they took that ayahuasca, major side effects. They locked, well, they're not about locked, but they were inside their house or a home for, was it like 48 days or so? Didn't eat anything at all for like 48 days, but did drink liquids, lost a lot of muscle wastage, and then they've not been the same since. And it supposedly all links back to that drug, that usage, the side effects. Some people could be spiritually in tune, and other people may not. Strawberry, who was that? Oh, it's a YouTuber guy to do with fitness, username called Connor Murphy. In the past, did pranks, did fitness-related content, more chatting and interacting with people on the streets. Was quite popular at the time, and then ever since they've kind of changed completely. Bit of a downwards hell. He had another fitness person, kind of to do with drugs as well, but other issues as well. It was Callum von Moga, Australian, I believe, bodybuilder, kind of like described as the next Arnold, who ended up, what order was it in? Doing his bicep in when curling over 200 pounds or something, but it was paired with another fitness guy called Chris Bumstead, both curling it at the same time. Callum injured his bicep. Was it torn or more major? Out for a bit, some muscle wastage lost, didn't do much good. Built himself back up, then was doing some rock climbing descent somewhere on the edge of a mountain or so, where the water is. And as soon as he went over the edge, he fell back, tore his leg or his knee, either one or the other. And then he was out of action again for a long time. And then it was just one injury after another, then more side effects, drug issues, jumping out of a window, killing a kangaroo by accident, but then using a chainsaw or a machete to chop the tail off afterwards. Weird. Touching the kangaroo's balls. There's all kinds of stuff. Not that it links to the Kenny Veach case. Josh Gates documented his experience with ayahuasca whilst visiting a Louvre tribe. The effects were insane, to say the least. Casey, I wonder what camera he was using to record his videos. Maybe the iPad and he deleted them, maybe. Might be wrong. Well, Casey, in terms of what Kenny Veach was using when he did his hikes, he actually used a proper camera with a tripod. He didn't use his phone. He had his phone at times, but he didn't use his phone to record anything. Back in 2014, smartphones did exist, I believe. Camera quality maybe not been as good. As far as Kenny didn't take photos on his actual mobile phone. But yeah, how to not go crazy during your awakening, which Kenny Veach had on his playlist. I've got screenshots of it before and after on my channel. Quite interesting, but I think what we do need to look at is Sharon's comment. Sharon Pilgrim. Yeah, Strawberry. So Kenny Veach went missing 10th of November 2014, girlfriend lied about reporting him missing 2 days later. Official police report stated 7 to 8 days later. No chance of survival there. Weird. Search and rescue, Red Rock, located Kenny's phone and loose coins, November 22nd, 2014. In terms of the condition of the phone, they never said. In terms of what was found on the phone, they never said. When hikers and people since have reached out personally to the search and rescue group, complete silence. Would not tell. Why does it have to be so quiet and secretive? Why does the Red Rock Search and Rescue need to keep quiet and keep it away from the general public? Is it really going to cause any legal issues when at the end of the day it's this many years on and we've not really heard anything? That's awful. Why would she not report him missing? She did report Kenny Veach missing, but not in the time slot which she claimed on YouTube online. She said she reported Kenny missing 1 to 2 days after, but it was 7 to 8 days on the official police report, so I don't know why she'd be lying about that, because there's a difference between 2 days and then 7 days. Where is it? Cave hike. 3.7 million views now. Wow. So I'll read it out to you in just a second. 42,000 likes on a comment. I know you can't see it, but that's Sharon Pilgrim. You can see the profile picture. You love someone, they don't come home, I drive there to search. Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, the only exception would be the searching part with respect the environment itself, Jomay Road, Jomay Canyon, way too dangerous, risky. You know, in terms of searching, you got to be experienced to be able to hike. So I could understand why maybe family members wouldn't go out there searching full on, but they could at least drive to the center or drive close to the road just to see if Kenny's about, like an attempt, a try. But really, there didn't seem to be much urgency from the family, which is a problem. Yeah, exactly. Why so secret? It's like the missing full-on cover-ups in the national parks. No information is released, allegedly, even if you submit a Freedom of Information Act request. To be honest, in fairness, what I've learned from the Noah Presgrove case, true crime, I can actually apply it here in the Kenny Veach case now. That such simple actions and simple events which may require simple reactions, or simple events which should have simple answers to simple questions, and yet it turns out to be very difficult, complex, and delays and hush-hush and people not cooperating. If it's such an insignificant event, or if it's not that big of a deal, then why does it have to be kept a secret? So the state of the phone of Kenny, we need to know what the condition of the phone was. If it's damaged and smashed, maybe someone broke it on purpose, Kenny or somebody else, in a dark way. If it was in good condition, was it gently placed down? And why would you do that? So I'll read Sharon's comment out in just a second. Welcome to anyone else that has joined along. I'm going to try and focus on Kenny Veach as long as I can with what's available to look at today. Once I've got through the comment of Sharon, it's a very long one. Bloody hell, I forgot all about that. Oh God, 700 replies. I don't know I don't know how many times she did respond back, but I will need to stretch just for now. I'll read it out to you. Let me just move the chair. Hopefully the audio is okay whilst I'm reading it. The screen's flipped. Can I put on auto lock? Is that, yeah. Okay. Start from the top. So this, I don't know if you can see, but it was 9 years ago. Sharon says, I am the girlfriend that Kenny spoke of in the video. There were so many posts I had no idea until a friend let me know. So many people are wondering what happened and guessing different things. You are heartfelt about the sadness around what has happened with Kenny. He has not been found, and I feel that he probably will not be found for many, many months, if ever. It doesn't sound that hopeful from the girlfriend. He's probably not going to be found, probably not for many months, maybe never. No. Why does it sound so, like, defeatist in a way? Then Sharon says, I want to share what I know and feel about what happened so that you might bring some closure and understanding in your own lives. Kenny absolutely loved hiking in the desert. It was his very, very favorite thing to do. We hiked and camped together all over the Nevada desert. Take in mind one thing, okay? The age gap. The age gap between Kenny Veach and Sharon Pilgrim was 19 years. Kenny Veach was 46, 47 at the time. Sharon Pilgrim at that time was 19 years older than Kenny. So, for Sharon to be like, yeah, me and Kenny hiking out in places and all over the place, not quite, because the hikes that Kenny did, the proper ones, the full-on ones, the girlfriend wouldn't have been there, very unlikely, because of health-related things, how demanding it is, the age difference as well. So, supposedly, sometimes both of them together hiking 9 hours in a day. Strawberry, I don't think we'll be doing 9 hours. I'll probably carry you for about 8 hours. We found many abandoned mining towns, usually referred to as ghost towns by Nevada hikers. Oh God, it's gone off now. Hold on. Right, we explored many caves and mine shafts. Really? What, they descended into them with ropes? We were always careful how we explored them, but Kenny was a bit more daring than I was. True. Let's just see. I'll just catch up with the comments in between so I don't completely neglect. Give me a second. Also, it could be red tape within an agency, Nevada, with its very infamous government history, test site Nevada, rigorous and strict NRS codes. Can only be, who knows. Casey, sorry, changing subject, but remember the video he did for Shark Tank? When you watch it, it gets mad a little, says... Sorry, what? When you watch it, he gets mad a little, says Courtney. I wonder who she is. Wait, did Kenny say, Courtney, I wonder who she is? Did Kenny say that in his own words? Weird. Right, let's continue. Kenny more daring than I was. We wore snake guards, sun-protected clothing, used walking sticks. I think the snake guards, Kenny's username on YouTube's not Kenny Veach, that's his proper name. He's called Snake Bit McGee, playing words. snake bit my knee. And Kenny had said in the past he was bitten by a snake, so play on words there, nothing too deep. Sun-protected clothing, used walking sticks, brought enough water and food for the hiking hours, and had extra water food in the car. He rarely drank all his water. Yeah. Limited his supplies. Didn't drink much, didn't eat much. We took wonderful pictures of all sorts of things. We saw rusted cars, falling down buildings, cemeteries, mines, wild animals, tarantulas, scorpions, blah, 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 blah. It just goes on, to be honest. All about the past, really. Let's go on to the most important part. I know you can't see it, but we're getting on to the more important part now. So, Sharon says, I want you to know that I do not think Kenny had an accident. I believe he committed suicide. So a person who's been close to Kenny, who knows how Kenny is, professional in the mental health field, doesn't say with confidence, but I think. I believe he committed suicide. That's what you think. That's your opinion. So it's not with absolute certainty. Battled depression for many years and would not take medication or see a doctor. That's a problem. Quit his job a little more than a year before he disappeared, wanted to see if he could sell his inventions. His home. He bought, I highly doubt she hiked along for hours, true. Bought his first home 5 years ago and had an amazing ability of decorating in his style. He was not successful in getting a business going. Was running out of money after a year of not working. Supposedly worked at a coffee shop. He no longer wanted to work in a job for someone else, and as his money decreased, he became more and more depressed. He really did not look for another job. If Kenny Veach was on the verge of homelessness and Sharon is claiming to be the girlfriend, then where was the act of being the girlfriend when Kenny may have needed his girlfriend the most? Now, the relationship was supposedly on and off. Once a girlfriend, then just a friend, then a girlfriend, then just a friend. If that's really the case, if Sharon was just a friend to Kenny and not a proper girlfriend at a certain time because the relationship status changed, and that's when Kenny Veach was struggling, it's unfortunate. Different status, but if you do care about someone, you'd probably still look out to some extent. But what I find weird is, if Sharon was once a girlfriend, then regarded as just a friend, and then why when something bad happened to Kenny, why would then Sharon then claim to be the girlfriend once again with that title? Why are you bringing that title back on to you when you weren't classified or associated as the girlfriend at the time when it was needed more, or when Kenny was about? To be honest, the comment is so bloody long. Whew. And it just goes on and on and on. I think, to be honest, I've tired myself out with the true crime, looking at all those endless paragraphs. I get PTSD now looking at long comments, thinking, oh God, here we go again. Angela, Sharon Pilgrim was meant to be a trained mental health person. She would have recognised if he was poorly. Now, one thing that Sharon Pilgrim did say to Kenny was, if you're not going to do this and if you're not going to do that or take action, then intervention will be taking place. Sharon would step on in if at a point Kenny Veach would not reach out to Sharon after 5 days. If after 5 days of no communication, then Sharon said she would step in and intervene, but often Kenny Veach would maintain a level of contact within the 5-day period or the cut-off point. We've got Cleo. Welcome, Cleo, and I appreciate your super chat, super sticker last night. It was appreciated. Whew. Any comments? I believe Sharon has been inactive on YouTube since. Sharon says, I did not go to that cave with Kenny, but I did hike in the area. In the area? Really? Interesting. Good evening. Yeah, Sharon said, thank you for your kindness. Because a body has never been found, we really do not know exactly what has happened. So you don't really know what has happened, but you do believe what has happened to Kenny. There's a contradiction. I'm guessing the M cave was within a 4 to 5 hour walking hike from his car from what we could see in the video, because he was looking for the cave on a day hike that took 9 or 10 hours. Yeah. The military is really not doing anything in that part of the desert. Oh boy. Interesting. Sharon said, difficult to find anyone that is lost or has died in that desert area. There was a hiker who died several years ago in the same area Kenny was lost in. They found him 5 years after he was missing. Never really found anything about that as for articles. "9 years ago." Lots of responses. So many. At what point did the responses stop? 700 comments to get through. That is absolutely crazy. That's the only problem. It can get so overwhelming when trying to look through all the notes, details. Ooh, you gotta try and pinpoint it out. But yeah, my legs are aching so much because the bed's so close. I need to move the bed back next time round. Oh, has it stopped raining outside? That's a shame. Is it still raining for you, Strawberry? Let's have a quick look, just see if there's any articles online, any new ones to do with Kenny Veach. Sometimes I would review that myself. We're on decent time. Overview. Yeah, that's the problem. As it gives an overview, it says, bit before was brilliant. Oh, sorry, what was brilliant before Strawberry? Oh, you mean it was raining before? So just a very brief overview. November 10th, YouTuber and experienced hiker. He wasn't really a YouTuber then. Disappeared near Nellis Air Force Base. That's a problem, that. Because Nellis Air Force Base is closer and more east and near Frenchman Mountains. Nellis Test Range, bombing range, is where Kenny was hiking near. So they got that wrong, but Kenny Veach did word it that way himself, and that's what causes the misdirection. And whilst Kenny says he found a cave, which he felt vibrations from, Jeff Clark has felt vibrations as well, but that was other ways. You got Frank exploring abandoned mines in unusual places. With that, it's flipped the image, but that particular cave never really did follow up on it, unfortunately. No one's ever really refound it. Frank didn't give the location, unfortunately. He was claiming that one of his military friends or a guy contacted who knew of that was part of the military tipped him off with the location, but could not reveal it public. Big YouTube channels have done coverage on the case since, but not done the same research. Honestly, who knows what else you could find. Locations unknown, episode 65, Kenny Veach. What's this one on IMDb? Is this some kind of podcast? What's this all about? Recently viewed, it's not even really listed or highlighted. God, it's really quiet tonight. Bloody hell. I might go back to doing normal videos at this rate. Bloody hell. Very disappointing. Anyway, I don't think there's really anything. 2024, 24, no 2025. Well, actually, no, there's a 2025 one. Don't you dare. Why is that strawberry? Is it a downgrade when communicating elsewhere? January 11th, 2025. Skull or something. Of course, the lives are good, but I just do the live streams for as long as I can because I'm not great with conversation. I'll just talk when possible and what there is to talk about. Gary Hinge, main character of a horror movie, Horror in the High Desert. How much of it based on Kenny Veach? Well, we've already seen this, to be honest, and to be honest, it's just a bit odd. You are. What am I? What am I, strawberry? Sorry, I'm not really keeping up with the chat. Yeah, I've already analysed that one. You're great. I appreciate that, strawberry. I do what I can. Okay. Really not much there. I know, who was it now? Awesome Destroyer, I think that said about there was some new articles, but I looked and there's none, which is weird. I could try, I don't know if it's gated or not, I could try Reddit. There was a Reddit page, supposedly, on the case of Kenny. Type that in now. But then again, I don't know if it was created by Jay Silverheels, the hiker. Community-wise. Nope, nothing. What about M Cave? If it's got like a very specific name, I might not be able to find it. Come on. Oh, God, it's spazzing out, isn't it? Caves. Nope, nothing there. So I don't know what people are talking about when people say, oh yeah, it's there. It's not. There's no Kenny Veach Reddit page. I tried looking. I swear there was one in the past, but maybe it was privatized. There's posts on Reddit about Kenny, but that's about it. 5 months ago. Can y'all... Oh, Unsolved Mysteries. I can't be arsed with that page because I remember in the past, I thought, oh, maybe I can post something on there to spread awareness. But no, most Reddit pages out there say you're not allowed to post because it goes against the rules. It's spam. All right, so you can't share any breaking news. You don't say anything. You can't provide any links. Well, that's just dumb, that. This bloody tripod's wonky. The comment-wise, I believe he wanted to leave behind a mystery. He disappeared into a desert knowing he would never be found. It was his way of being remembered. His way of being remembered, really? Sounds like he had an accident or committed suicide. The fact that he didn't bring his video camera is telling. It's sad. Oh, there we go. We've got Dale. Big boy Dale present. Look, this is what the problem is. Is Mia still there? Besides the claim, what the girlfriend says, Sharon Pilgrim, the girlfriend, had mentioned that, oh, Kenny didn't take his camera, his usual camera for recording his hikes, and that appears to be true. But in a different comment on YouTube somewhere, in one of the threads, hi Dale, Sharon Pilgrim did say, but supposedly couldn't find his other camera for just taking photos. So maybe Kenny took that then. That's what Sharon implied. That's how you could interpret it. So because of that, Kenny still took some kind of, items for recording and documenting. Depending what mobile device Kenny took with him, what brand and stuff, if it had a camera, front, rear camera, that could have been used to take a photo also. So just because he didn't take his normal camera, his other ones, he could have taken. So when Sharon Pilgrim basically says, well, Kenny didn't take his camera, so that is odd, that's strange, clearly he didn't want to return back, blah, 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 blah. Sharon also said that, well, Kenny's other video camera, or whatever it's called, was missing from the house, so maybe he took it with him. They found his phone, but not his 9mm. But if he took his backpack, why did he take that with him? Why did he not drop it behind at the mine shaft? From 6 months ago, people saying Kenny was never seen or found again. Well, all these people clearly haven't looked at my videos on YouTube, which is unfortunate. More questions than answers, yeah? The comments contradict one another, they do. The mention of playing with caves, spelunking, if there was any gases, toxic air, could that have killed Kenny, as the comments suggest? Well, can you even explore any caves out there? Because in the area where Kenny Veach walked by and hiked, all other hikers that have come by since in that area have not found a single cave that you can explore, because they're all either sealed off, closed off, caved in, or just shallow. Not a single cave to explore from the hike route done by Kenny in the footsteps of others since. Sounds a bit weird. Exception would be the supposed covered up M cave, which Kenny said, oh, a cave just like here on ground level. Before that of November, was it not filled in, or was it just natural? There's cracks, there's holes. So who knows? Do we have anything else? Oh, there we go. Someone actually gave an update. Family members tend to think it was him on surveillance video breaking into his brother's store. Well, that's incorrect. It's not Kenny's brother's store, it's Kenny's sister's store. And it's Debbie. The dude was in a bad place financially. He broke in before he went missing? Nope. 4 years apart, 4 years ahead. Raf, you just made me yawn. Sorry, I can be a bit boring at times. Nope, he disappeared in 2014 and the burglary happened. Yeah. What do you think happened to him? I do have the ability to keep yawning over and over again. I can kind of like, I don't know, bring it on myself. So I think there's quite a few people misinformed on the case. This one, I think this one's influenced by Driven X Adventures, Banana Bread. There's a recent video, 6 months ago, the comment. Recent video up on YouTube was someone claiming to have crossed someone in the desert looking like Kenny. It wasn't really looking like Kenny, but more sounding. I'm probably going to yawn again shortly. You have to close your eyes. To cross someone in the desert looking like Kenny Veach, even has a video of this interactions but isn't clear enough to be certain. So who really knows besides Kenny himself? Left himself in the desert. It doesn't say they found his vehicle or not. No, his vehicle was found and not much was found in the vehicle itself. Nothing dodgy, nothing weird. Staging his death is a strong possibility. Oh, there we go. Leaving a cell phone near the mineshaft to be found. But why did Kenny's scent? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. I can't believe this. So, the Noah Presgrove case, true crime, Oklahoma. Get ready for this, Mia, or anyone that's familiar with the Noah Presgrove case, just listen in right now. The Noah Presgrove case on Reddit, the original Noah Reddit page, there was one particular toxic individual called Opening Map that was a forensic pathologist and former coroner that seemed to know quite a lot about the possible death of Noah Presgrove, and they had quite a lot to say about me in a negative way. 6 months ago, the username Opening Map. Scrolling down on the Kenny Veach case, completely different area. It's the same individual. Oh, you can't say it, can you? I can't. That one there. I know it's reversed. Opening Map actually commented on the Kenny Veach case on Reddit. How weird is that? From true crime Noah Presgrove to Kenny Veach. That is just so weird and coincidental. Opening Map. There was way more than depression going on there. Bipolar, schizophrenia, or a related condition, with or without drug abuse added to the mix. Oh no. Opening Map. Know your place, know your role, and stick to what you normally do, which is whinge and whine, complain. Is Opening Map AJ? Might as well be the same person, to be honest. But I'll tell you something, that Opening Map, stick to the Noah Presgrove case. Don't be coming to the Kenny Veach case. No, it's not worth it. Wow, what a weird coincidence that is. Who would have thought? Same person crossing over cases, completely different ones. The crazy thing is, is credit given? Oh no! No, it's not. Oh, great, yeah. So a person on Reddit decided to give credit to a random channel doing a short clip, supposedly on the break-in of the CCTV footage, saying, well, I got my information from here. This is where it originated from. Fuck that bollocks. It stems back much earlier on, GLP Godlike Productions. That's where it came about, the discussions. And then onwards on YouTube, I was the first to do the video. And then, yeah, there's no point even trying because it's just fighting a losing battle. I don't think many people... No, yeah, another person not giving credit. The links are all just to do with other shit. So that's great. You are fighting a losing battle when it comes to the Kenny Veach discussions. It's a shame. I don't know if it's because people don't search or research, if people are lazy, or if it's more so because YouTube just simply doesn't show my videos to more strangers. But if it did, it might have informed people a little bit better. Right, I think what I'll do is just go on for a bit more, but then I think I'll end the live stream at 2200 hours because I've been doing it a bit too late recently at 23. It's pushing it. It's extremely quiet tonight. I would have thought more people would have shown up considering what it's about. But maybe Kenny Veach wise, maybe standard videos is where it's at, standard format. And then I guess true crime here and there. But one thing I'd like to know is when people talk about true crime and drama, I I wouldn't say drama benefits. People say people participate in drama because it will benefit them, it will help them. Well, when I've been defending myself against drama, I wouldn't say I benefited. I did it because I needed to control a situation to cool things down, but that was about it. Oh boy. Crazy. If there's any questions about the Kenny Veach case or MK, feel free. Or anything about Presgrove. God, 7 people. Where's everyone gone? There was more people watching my live stream when my mouth was completely shut and I was not talking. That really says a lot, doesn't it? How far things have fallen. Right. Oh well. Might as well turn my other device off now because there's no real use for that. Let's test it for a laugh. I'll do fuck all. Will more people join in or something? I don't know. Lay that down. I get backache. I might as well pull the curtain back now so I can actually look through the window. So do that so I don't knock anything. Okay. Do need to catch up with some standard Presgrove videos for sure. Probably going to start that tomorrow. Besides doing live streams, got to lock in with the normal videos because they are more controlled and more, just, I don't know, just how about. Raf, I just clicked my back. Needed, so needed. Ooh, was it allowed to pop? I need my back clicking as well. To be honest, I need everywhere clicking. You'll have to fix me. You'll have to fix me, Strawberry. Okay. Oh shit! I nearly knocked the drink over. Cleo, I'm thinking, where do I start on my channel? Well, depends. If you're doing short clips, you could start from where you left off with the animation short clips that you were doing. Some of them got 10,000 views, which were quite good, wasn't it, in growth? You grew your channel very quickly in a small space of time. If you continued on with that, if possible. If you're doing standard videos on if you've got a certain case with your notes and whatnot, only if you want to. You just take in mind with what you're doing, there's no rush, there is no demand, you just do it when you can and when you want. See, in fairness, when I was doing the Kenny Veach case videos, I wasn't doing it every day. I was doing like 1 or 2 videos, maybe once or twice a week, every 2-3 weeks. It was just when it could be done. There's only so much that can be talked about. True crime cases tend to have more depth because it's ongoing and it's somewhat active. It's not completely cold. If it's cold, there's only so much you can do and cover. Yeah, other channels out there will cover a case from start to finish. Yes, true crime, yes. Okay then. So you just ask yourself, Cleo, do you have a particular true crime case in mind? And if so, do you have some notes about it? And then if so, then you could possibly do a video. It could be a video telling the whole story, but if that's too overwhelming, you just cover it in bits, in parts. What I've tended to do was, instead of telling the story from start to finish, I'll just jump in with a case where it's currently at, and then try and look beyond that with the ideas and concepts. It does work better when the case is somewhat active in the moment. in some ways it does help if there are other people covering the case, or you do have a kind of a community of different people scattered about to some extent. I think doing true crime in a way was a good idea. In terms of the day-to-day basis and the consistency of it, it's a lot more practical there, true crime. Narration-based mysteries, very demanding, and the ratio is just not quite there, the balance. Certain key findings in a case or mystery which haven't really been picked up before, like bit by bit along the way, can work. I'll just have to try. It's like the recent video to do 2025, Mineshaft. Yeah, a couple of people watched it, which is all right, about 1,700. It shows that it's still somewhat active. Active cases or not, bit by bit. Yeah, with active cases, you can do it bit by bit. With cases which may have been solved or gone cold, you could still do it bit by bit storytelling. Depends. It depends if you want to do the storytelling or if you want to try and work out what could have happened. Okay, 5 more minutes or so. Jack the Ripper case is still very fascinating. Yeah. I think for me, whilst, yeah, I'm kind of interested in true crime or mysteries, I might be a bit more awkward and specific. The Ripper, all this time on, still interesting. Is there a Scouse Ripper? Does that exist? The Scouse Ripper, known for tearing curtains and bedsheets of people's houses. A bit tarty, that apple. There's a bit of a dry mouth and there's a bit of a dry taste in the mouth. It's a girl I heard. I've not heard that before. What's your point? Ref, or pulling poles down. Ooh. Pulling poles. What does that mean, Strawberry? Curtain poles. I wonder what they'd be doing grabbing them. Is that when trying to get in? Oh, the door's locked. And Strawberry, you're like, just kick the door down. And then instead go through the window instead. Injuring oneself, yeah. The Scouse Ripper about to break entry into the through the window, and then the firearm goes off, or the fire check safety crew shows up. Oh, sorry, got to come back 2 hours later. The Door Ripper. Oh, easy there, Mia. Easy there, Mia. We're getting a bit close to home there. It's starting to sound like that could be me ripping doors off. But don't worry, Strawberry, I can always rip your back door off any day. Apple. What a coincidence, another apple flavoured drink. Better. Can's gonna pop. Yeah, oh, bastard, I hate when it pings off. I know sometimes I've done videos or narration, then in the background I've got a water bottle, the plastic, and it crunches or it pops and it makes me jump midway through. There was a time where, I don't know why, but I think a spat water or water was dripping onto the camera. I think it was when I was doing my exorcism. I was doing some exorcisms, so I was splashing water in the name of Jesus. And it went onto the microphone, and it was all crackling afterwards, and it was like that for a bit. It was in the past. I had to get a brush to fix the static charge or something, and then it ended up dispersing. Yeah, we'll have to do Strawberry. We'll have to go to locations where murders and stuff took place. Excuse me, leave my amazing accent out of it. When did I do your accent, Strawberry? When did I do that? Yeah, there's been some funny moments on YouTube as we've gone along. I'll wait, Strawberry. I'll wait for the day that you decide to do some of your alternative accents. Because I'm sure you've got many to demonstrate. I'll be waiting. Come on now. Come on where? Come closer? Come where? When? If I was to do your accent, Strawberry, I would have done it more accurately if I was to do it, okay? Why, do you secretly want me to do it? You can imagine Mia is wondering, will there be any more ASMR or deep voices? The funny thing is, Mia, it's a bit out of context, but when I've done ASMR videos, I did do trigger warning. Who for, you or for other people? The thing is, Mia, I did like 50 Shades of Wrath. I've done a few videos on that. And people assumed that I've watched or read the books, but I've never touched them, never seen them. But it was funny, people's reaction to it. Yeah, Strawberry, you got to do my accent. You got to do my impression. Maybe not my impression, but loved it. Which one? Oh, you loved my accent of yours, impression of yours or something. Oh, the 50 Shades. Ooh. 50 Shades of Wrath, 50 Shades, what was it? 50 Shades Darker, 50 Shades Deeper. Ooh, maybe that's the one that I created. Maybe that name doesn't exist. Okay then. So I've got a question for you, Strawberry. If a new 50 Shades was to come out, what would the title of the film or book be? 50 Shades what? Let me know, Strawberry. You don't sound like me. I'm posh. Is that so? Is that when you're talking in a loud voice or a lower pitch? Welcome to anyone else that's watching in the background. If you came for the Kenny Veach related stuff, that's at the start of the live. I did spend quite a bit of time on it. We're just doing some loose talk for now before I go to cool down. I'm sure it's starting to heat up a little bit, which is unfortunate. There's the breeze gone. I think it's probably it's stopped raining, unfortunately. It's just cloudy now. Anyway, Strawberry, feel free to answer my question if you want. 50 Shades Season 10. Bloody hell. There's been quite a few seasons then already, hasn't there? Wow. I wonder who's starring in it. To go 10 seasons straight, that requires quite a lot. Soul, YouTube account name, I don't know what that means. Welcome, Soul. A few. Yeah. Taken over by a vampire name. Whoa, what's going on there? Suppose I've got vampire teeth. Well, not really. Well, kind of, just, I don't know what they're called really. This is a crime taking place. Oh no, what's a crime taking place? My hairstyle? Actually not too bad this time round. I noticed that sometimes when planes fly over, they make like a moan sound at some point, which is a bit weird. Not you, it's a guy going live. He took over someone else's YouTube and going live on a Dead Man account named Stony Kid. Oh, right, okay. That's a bit random. Is it popular? Are many people watching? Is there any resistance? Make sure that's turned off. Yeah, there we go. Killed the owner. Wow. Is this all taking place on the same day in a short space of time? How weird. Was there anything else to talk about Kenny Veach related, M-Cave? Not really. There's only so much that you can talk about without being too repetitive. Strawberry says, ref, yes, Strawberry? I think it'd be good just to tick the Nerd Presgrove videos off first, get things done out the way so it doesn't pile up, and then go from there. Hey, Strawberry. Hey there. Raymond Veach. Wow, that's a bit of a weird coincidence then, if that's the case. Raymond Veach. Yeah. Makes you think where certain people are now within the case community. Those in the past that were commenting, watching in the Kenny Veach case. I remember once, I don't know if it was the Dylan Rounds case more so. There was a viewer on my channel from the US watching my video, and then I randomly stumbled upon a UK channel to do with exploring abandoned places, messing about, called Hell on Earth, which I follow now. It's a good channel, Hell on Earth, and found one of my viewers watching, commenting on their video, which was quite a weird coincidence considering, yeah, you just wouldn't expect that. But that's what's going on. Why would they be incriminating themselves so they're not thinking ahead? But hope you're warm and comfortable, Strawberry. Do you require a drink? I'm sure Mia's probably already making one already. I'm trying to think, when I did the live streams in the past, what the fuck was I talking about? I don't really know. What was I doing in the past when I did live streams? Like with the Dylan Rounds situation, because I don't think it was always about really anything. I just can't remember. It might have just been randomness. Oh, wow. It's weird, these coincidences, isn't it, Strawberry? Like with the beatboxing as well. That's nothing can top that, I don't think. All day. Well, Strawberry. Strawberry. Look at me when I'm talking to you. Let me just acknowledge one last thing quickly. So Mia loves Hell on Earth. Hilarious crew. That is crazy that because I like their channel a lot as well. It's like, even though I don't have it myself in real life, but you look at that crew, because it is friends at the end of the day, long time close friends. It's like what you would want to be a part of, what you would want to have in life. But then you watch the videos when they're just exploring, and more in recent times, just camping. It's the sense of humor. It's kind of the same sense of humor that I have, the dark sense of humor as well, the insults, the swearing, and all of that. Oh, strawberry. We're gonna have a tea battle. Who can make the best tea? Oh, goodness. Wow. Okay, then. Strawberry says, I'm sweet enough. Oh. I'll have to hear you beatbox sometime, Strawberry. Jam, did you see my question? Whereabout was it, Jam? Was it recent? Let me check. Well, like Ref, what are your thoughts on the falling asleep in the back of the truck? Oh no, Presgrove. I get the pattern rationalization, but I also think it's not learning from that same mistake would be strange as well. Okay. Strawberry, that's okay. At least you're making me another. Ooh, Strawberry, your wording. Ooh. Out of arm's reach. You want tea? I'll give you tea. Me? Strawberry? Acting all innocent? Yeah, so Jam, I think that when it comes to Noah Presgrove walking away from the party, supposedly it's what he's normally done, okay, to cool off, fine. If he wanted to rest, let's take in mind that other times and previous parties, if Noah had walked away from a party, that could have been at a different time, right? We got Emilio, welcome to the channel. Jeff Clark, welcome back. Yeah, so Jam Sandwich, in terms of Noah walking away from previous parties, that could have been at a different time, different context, different reasons. Well, the main reasons as to why Noah walked away from that particular party at that particular time is because Noah wanted to sleep in one of the girls' beds. Noah was ready to go to sleep and rest, and because he didn't get what he wanted, he walked away to cool off. But if he had it in his mind that he wanted to sleep or rest, maybe as he was leaving, he found a better spot to rest, which was in the back of a pickup truck. And one thing led to another, possibly a bit of a deep sleep, and then from there. Not guaranteed, but maybe. Jeff Clark, what did I miss? What brought the breakup back again? So what did Jeff Clark? It was more of an experiment just to see how it would go. Didn't really work out, to be honest, but is where it is. I just thought I'd do a live stream, giving my thoughts, live reaction, breakdown, reaction to the CCTV footage, see what other people think, but it was very quiet. Not many people showed up. So did what I did, showed it, move on. Looked at Sharon's comments. I'll be honest with you, Jeff Clark, there's probably quite a few responses by Sharon that I've not looked at, but there's so many of them to try and keep up. I don't know if you saw it, Jeff Clark, but Sharon Pilgrim 9 years ago in one of the comment thread responses on Kenny's video said that, well, when it comes to military in that area where Kenny Veach has hiked, the military hasn't used or needed it whatsoever. Now, I don't know if when Sharon left that comment, if it was at the time of when the military did try taking over, or if that happened a bit after. I can't quite see the dates properly, but yeah. How does she know? Exactly. Why would Sharon bring it up about the military? Anything about that border? What, as in right now, or is what Sharon was talking about. In terms of what Sharon was talking about at the time, she was talking about the area which was going to be, the land proposed takeover, and she was wording it as military have no purpose or need for it, or that area where Kenny Veach was. That's wrong. Emilio, do you think Kenny is still alive? Well, there's more material to suggest he is compared to the opposite. Lots of love to you, Strawberry, as well. Ooh. If I'm going to do a live stream dedicating it to you, Strawberry, ooh, then we know. Because I think early on, the border people were much more involved. Well, land takeover. She may have been told something. I think, you know what I'll do, Jeff Clark? Let's say a certain day. Sorry, I'm a bit too close to the screen. I know it's probably a bit uncomfortable. Given a certain day, I might go back over Sharon's comments in that thread. But I'll tell you something, Jeff. 728 comments in a thread. Oh, God. It's going to take forever. I think it'll just be a matter of scroll through so many, get some screenshots, use them in the future. Maybe, Jeff. The military-related aspect, definitely need to look at that. Explains why Red Rock won't let me view original file after a decade. Ooh. Mia, she speaks like she was in one of those elusive white trucks patrolling the area. Wow. It's, it's Kevin related, but like when it comes, yeah. You're welcome, Jam. Do you know what I wish, Strawberry? I wish, Strawberry, there could be a way to do a live stream private, one-on-one. Unfortunately, that's not available. I wish it was. But then again, if it was a one-on-one live stream, I'm here showing my face talking, you're listening in, and it looks more like a fucking psychic card reader session. Bloody hell. Jeff Clark, I don't believe Red Rock Search and Rescue was actually in charge of the original search and federal land that closed that border. Don't have the original file. Wow. Very weird. And like you said, Jeff Clark, the natives, I can't pronounce it, I've forgotten how to pronounce it. Patuets, natives, Indians, their knowledge of the land not willing to open up. Paiuits. There we go, I said it. I said it before you said it, Jeff. Paiuits. Strawberry, Raf, you're adorable. I try. Utes. Paiutes. Paiutes. Have I said it now? Paiutes. Just spell it like a cream pie. It would have been a lot easier. Not you, if it was spelled that way. There we go. Hallelujah, Jeff Clark. I'm sure Jay Silverheels will be praising the sky. Being able to pronounce it correctly for once. Like, oh God, not Utah again. I used to say Utah or Utah, but it's Utah. But then it sounds so abrupt the way I say it. But with these pronunciations, Strawberry, I'm sure you can give me some like little special language class to pronounce certain words. Curtains. Strawberry, you'll have to give me a bullet point list of all different words and lines to use, right? You're going to transform me into a proper, I'm not saying the word because of respect for privacy, but you're going to turn me into a proper, whatever you call it over there. Oh God, no, wrong. Bloody hell, Strawberry, I wasn't even doing it in your accent then. I just said curtains, calm down. Bloody hell. You say yogurt, funny. Yeah, because in the US they say yogurt. Yogurt. That ship has sailed. What ship has sailed? What, turning me into into where you're from or my accent. I'm sure wherever that ship has sailed, it's anchored down somewhere else. Because this is the thing, Strawberry. You talk a lot about sailing ships. What the fuck is this? Pirates of the Caribbean? Or the ships going out to the ocean? Where are they at? Where have the ships sailed to, Strawberry? Where have they anchored exactly? Has a ship sailed so far away from the dockers down to Benidorm? What the hell? Why is it doing there? Taking a wrong turn? Jeff, ooh, you wait. Yes, you wait. Get that boat back. Anchor me in. Bring me in. Okay? Yeah, right. Yeah, right, Strawberry, you are. Such a scouser. Yeah. You're the key to the city. If Red Rock Search and Rescue really has that original file, why refuse anyone seeing it a decade later? At the end of the day, the case isn't really going anywhere. There's no legal issues to my knowledge. So yes, why do certain groups out there make it so much more difficult? Oh, that's good to know. Welcome there, Joyce Begow. As a heads up, Joyce, I will be doing more focused Noah Presgrove standard recorded videos tomorrow, hopefully onwards. Lock back in with that, tick things off the list, and catch up with those screenshots to do with the highway and all of that, the different conflicts and stuff. Strawberry, you like my accent? I do. What do you think of my accent? Tell me. Ref lives on an island and knows about ships. Exactly, Jeff Clark. I should know where all the ships are going to. Why am I not on one? Oh. So, Strawberry says my accent is shit. Well, lucky for you, because you're a very, very lucky individual, aren't you? I've got 15 other different accents. Sure that'll be good enough, won't it? Never mind. Never mind. Really? Oh, I see what you're trying to do. Yeah. Ooh. I see. I see what's going on. Don't you? You do, don't you? Just as awesome as Sharon. Appreciate that. Burgow. Even though I said your name wrong in the past. I thought you were called Burger. It kept making me hungry. Really? Really? Oh, sorry. Was that your voice? No, it was mine. I sounded very similar to you then when you went, really? That's how you would sound, isn't it? Mia, anyone watched the Stephen Greer National Intelligence Conference? It was top 10. No, I've not seen that. You don't see any press conferences or press releases or family interviews to do with the obsession of the documentary with the Kenny Veach case. No, Presgrove, not seen any press conference, press releases since or ever, really. With the obsession from maybe at the very start. Interesting. What day is it today? Sunday. Maybe that's why it's a bit quieter. People might be busy doing other things. Yeah. I don't blame them, to be honest. They've been here. Yeah. Interesting. God, time is galloping by. Wow. Not really much more for me to mention at this moment. Press, is that a good idea, Ref, too? Press what? What, press buttons? Is there anything you want, Strawberry? Anything you require? Any suggestions on the spot? I mean, Mia, I could try like an on-the-spot 50 Shades narration. I could give that a try. I've done that for a while. I need to stop making that noise because it's going to sound odd. But I can't help it. I don't know what other people do with live streams. You know, people that do live streams for about 7, 8, 11 hours long. Bloody hell. How did they manage to think of lots of things to say? Raf, you do it a lot to me. Piss off. You do it. You do it a lot, not me. I say, ooh. You say, That's your word, not mine. Really? Oh, ooh, really? Lips are still shiny. There we go, Mia. Sure, give it a go. I'll just shut the window for when I do this because I don't want anyone listening in. Can't have the neighbours getting turned on. No, 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 no. So what I'm about to say is kind of random and it's on the spot. You don't need gloss. Oh, I know, Strawberry. I do not need gloss. Not a chance. No, no, no. I've got nothing to do today but drink my coffee. Well, hopefully you're relaxed. Like news clips. Yes, that does go well, Cleo. News clips. Just make sure to use short clips from news-related stuff under 30 seconds just to be safe from copyright. Okay, I'll give it a try. Mia Maven. Maven the Raven. Staring into the dark abyss. What is ahead? Unknown. But the senses, the feelings are heightened when you can't see. Isn't that right, Strawberry? The dog may be out, but what's still within? What's about? When the curtains are drawn and the door is locked tightly and shut, what's really going on? Oh, Strawberry, you can laugh as much as you want, but are you laughing the same way under those bed sheets? Oh, the pole falls off, is that so? Yeah. Because what happens is when Warlight Ref tries to do something hot, ends up effing up rather bad, looks a bit of a plank at the same time, and poor Strawberry is face-palming in the corner wondering what the fuck has she done with her life choices. Ref is tumbling about with bedsheets covered on his head and almost falls out the window. Then a watermelon appears out of nowhere and Strawberry decides to throw it at Warlight Ref in the crotch area. Yes, Mia. Not a true story yet. How very interesting. Oh, Strawberry. It's interesting, though, how one of the viewers said how my voice has changed from when I was 20 compared to now. And am I still growing or something? The voice still changing? Maybe it's just the narration voice, probably. The pole falls off. The pole never falled off in the first place, Strawberry. However, it can be arranged. If you want your pole falling off, I wouldn't throw a watermelon. That part of you is needed, you cheeky bitch. Oh my goodness. You calling my head a watermelon full of liquid, and that is all? Oh, that is... Strawberry, I cannot believe you just said that. I'm absolutely devastated. Yes. How could you do that to me? Strawberry, how could you do that to me? Poor F. What a shame. Mia Maven. Oh my, you should be a narrator. Excellent voice for dark, seductive mysteries, escapades. Well done, Ref. Very good. Yes, Strawberry, you try to wiggle yourself out of that. How can you be wiggling yourself out of that, hmm? You need to explain yourself right now, and if not, do it later. All eyes and ears and mouth as well. Strawberry says, oh, Mia, he is very good. And you know what the funny thing is? Mia, when I was doing that voice of mine, I actually used people's comments on my channel, kind of like funny ones and out of context, and then I merged it all together as for a video. It was quite fun. So if there's any words or if there's any quotes or if there's any lines you would like me to say in a certain voice like that deep one, I can do so if you leave a comment below. Or, you know, Strawberry, if there's any more words you want me to say based on accents, I could try. Might as well whilst we're here. You know, big shout out though to, you know, the consistent people that watch in the background, putting up with all this. Appreciated, of course. Strawberry, you better not be looking down my top, you naughty individual. Let's have a little drink. Everyone is used to us. Probably, yeah. Of course I'm looking. Really, Strawberry? Yeah? Yeah? No. Mia says you should narrate your and Strawberry's adventures. It could be the next hot, steamy mini-series taking highest ratings. That's a very interesting idea, isn't it? What adventures, Strawberry, will we get up to? Where shall we explore? And don't say, Strawberry, adventures down the alleyways where the piss pots are at, pissing all over the place. I don't have any waterproof clothing. A bestseller. Oh, Strawberry, you think it's a bestseller as well? Oh, for fuck's sake, why do I keep doing that? Get it out of my system. Change the words up. Talk about lost for words or limited words. I think I'm transitioning into that now. I'm going backwards. Someday you're going to find yourself, Strawberry. You'll be saying all the words and I'll probably not say much. I'll be a person of few words, but nah, I can be a person of few words. Anyway. You always do it. What do I always... Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't always do it, Strawberry. How about this? Let's try. How about I go a day without saying, yeah? I'll start that tomorrow, right? I'll do it tomorrow. I won't say it. I won't type it. Okay? Oh, you do, honey. Oh, you call me honey now. Aw, so nice. I'm only standing because it's more comfortable. To be honest, actually, let's change the camera angle. Give me a second right now. We'll change the camera angle, if it will allow me. I probably didn't take this into account when I was doing the bloody angling before. There we go. Why did I never do it this way in the first place? It means I can stand and I can at least still show my face on camera. Susan Veach here. Not seen Susan in a while. Venza, don't know where they are. Strawberry, you? What? What about me? Oh yeah, Strawberry, you? Where's that club card gone? Not forgotten. Let's angle it down just a little bit so you're looking straight on. There we go. If anyone else has joined the live stream late, you can always rewind back, or maybe on catch up you can do so. You just did. No, I didn't. What are you on about? Shove that club card where the sun doesn't shine, Strawberry. And no, I don't want it back afterwards. You did. No, I didn't. Mm-mm. And that mm-mm is not the same as okay? I'll have to see what words or noises you make. Sorry, that doesn't sound quite correct. I'll see what certain, well, it sounds, isn't it? It's like certain letters, what you use most. There we go. Worded that way. I have heard, but you know, Strawberry, I've just not heard enough. I want more. Let's get my drink. Let's open that again. Whack it open. There we go. Get the breeze in. More. Am I asking too much? Yep. Plead the fifth. Oh, not that again. You and your court terms. Are you secretly a lawyer or something? Is that what you seek? Is that what you really do when you talk about clients? You're actually a lawyer. Facepalm, how dare you use a facepalm against me using my own face upon me? How rude. Oh, fuck, I just said it then. But how rude, you know? Why are you bastard? Why you fucking do that? Oh my God. What other items do I have to use? Naughty, naughty. Why do you think I can't? Well, I don't know, to be honest. I only want Strawberry looking at me, okay? I only want Strawberry, all eyes on me. I bet you're really enjoying this, Strawberry, aren't you? Oh, Mia's off to yoga. Combust. Take care, Mia. Hopefully it doesn't get too warm. Well, actually, Mia, if you're going, I think Strawberry wants to come as well. I say, can you give me a ride? Where does his hand come from? I don't know. Red-handed yet again. Yes, I do. Strawberry wants to piss off now. Bloody hell. Okay, psychology clear. You being serious? Okay. So, psychologically speaking, why you may not be able to look at me, just to turn in mind, why do you think I, as in you, can't look at me anymore? I think, psychologically speaking, is because what you once felt, where you once were at, I don't know, does it bring flashes of memories up? Maybe if you can't look, then don't look and just move on. Anyway. Ooh. Well, it's the first time for everything, Strawberry. Starting to rain again outside. I've never done yoga. However, I am very, well, somewhat flexible with my legs. I'll drop strawberry off afterwards. Well, that's good of you, Mia. Just make sure, Mia, that strawberry's on good behaviour. Be on good behaviour, strawberry. Don't do anything I wouldn't. The rain's getting heavier now. Okay. Always what? Always innocent. Okay, so I think I'll end the live stream now because it's a nice time to end it, I think, and then I've still got time afterwards to do other things. Ooh, the rain's getting very heavy now. It must be a sign. Must definitely be a sign getting wet outside. Hopefully that helps cool things down. So I'll do a countdown from 20 and then we'll leave it there. Innocent. Something tells me that's not quite true. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. You did it. Oh. Ooh. Did I do it? Or did I simply unlock or remind something that was already there? I'm trying and change my sound so it doesn't sound too repetitive as what I was trying to do before. Yeah. I've lost count now. What a shame. 20. What conversations happen in yoga stays in yoga. Woo! Sounds like an interesting code at that. You're doing it. Am I? So what happens, strawberry, if I don't do it? What happens then? I wonder. Could be quite interesting to experiment, maybe. So if you're so innocent, what innocent effects have you had on me then? Very interesting. Very. Anyway, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Oh, do you now? Well, you best hurry along now, strawberry, because it's probably going to take you about an hour or so. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well, there we go. Shout out to those that did watch the live stream all the way through, much appreciated, and those that have joined late. If you want to catch up or rewind back to the start when able, feel free to do so, where we look closer at Kenny Veach specifically, best as I could. Shout out to Jeff Clark that tagged along towards the end, which was good to see. And hopefully down the line, maybe get a few more people getting involved in the live streams, and if not, I'll just do the live premieres as usual. Maybe that works best for people. We'll see. No Presgrove videos to come. Take care, Cleo, and good night. And good night to anyone else that is present. I'll end the live right now.